Guys, I want to start off today by thanking you so much for your support on my last video. In my last video I was talking about my social anxiety and my general anxiety triggers that I get, and I was just explaining how I was facing my fears last week. I got a whole bunch done. All that I have left this week when it comes to like my big triggers and my big fears is to get my passport renewed, and then it's status quo, applying for jobs, following up, which does give me anxiety, but not as bad as renewing a passport or something like that. For some reason, those things just scare me a lot, and I really don't like doing them, but I'm doing it, facing my fears, and it's getting easier and easier. I cannot tell you how good I felt, because I write everything down in my planner. Last week I made like my big scary goals of the week. I crossed off so many things. I felt so good. Whereas some other weeks I'd see the goals and kind of like push them aside, say next week. And then you just feel terrible if you're not being productive and not getting the things done that you know that you should be doing. So yeah, so I want to thank you guys, because not everyone understands, these struggles, that's for sure. And sometimes I feel silly talking about them, except for on YouTube, ironically. Now I don't feel so scared about these things because I realize there's a whole community out there that understands and can relate to me, so thank you, that's amazing. So I wanted to start by saying that. And then I wanted to go into a topic that I've been wanting to talk about forever, and that's avoidant behavior, which really has to do with anxiety and depression, I'd say. So I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but let's say you have some people in your life you really care about, like your friends, your family, stuff like that. I get so avoidant sometimes in life that I literally have to write down to contact people, or else I will stay in a bubble and not contact anyone. And that does not mean that I don't care about people, it's just part of my personality. And I think a lot of people, especially extroverts, do not understand that facet of my personality at all, and it can be hard to keep friends. So, it's one of those things that I've struggled with so long. I say, do I have to just push myself and put in more effort and kind of like deny my personality, or do I just be myself and whoever accepts me for who I am, be my friend? I know that one definitely sounds like the right answer, but at the same time, like, it's good to push yourself a little bit, and to make that effort and stuff, because sometimes, I know this is scary to say, but it's hard to tell the difference between, not feeling up for something and then being kind of like too lazy to do it, which isn't good. I don't want to become like that and to avoid things because they become too hard or, stuff like that. If something's stressful, I want to still be able to face it and to deal with it. I'm not saying that talking with my friends or my family is stressful, because it's actually really not. But sometimes I get into these moods where I want to isolate, I want to be alone. Sometimes I wonder if, I actually want to be a hermit or something and just not talk to anybody, if that's my ultimate goal. But I don't think so, but sometimes I feel like it. But I do crave social interaction because I know it keeps me healthy. So every week, I'll go to work, I'll see my friends, I'll see my family, I'll get out in the world. I actually set a goal for myself that I'm only allowing myself to stay home one day a week. If I can do one day where I'm in complete isolation and don't have to go out, today I chose that to be the day. Then I will do that, but the other days I need to get out and do chores or see somebody and go to work and all those things that I need to do. And so, that's kind of what it is. Actually, I have to tell myself that, hey, you're not allowed to stay in, too much, or else you're not going to be happy. And I'm not saying this to make people feel bad that are more isolated than I am or anything. This is just me expressing myself and kind of what I go through. But this happens to me every single week. I'm going out somewhere to meet somebody, to see somebody, and I keep like not wanting to leave the house. I have so much anxiety. I don't want to go out. I don't want to do anything. But then I get to my destination and I'm so happy to just have an interaction with another human being, if that makes sense, And I don't want to make it sound like I'm completely isolated. I live with Costa, my fiance, so I do see him every single day, so that's good to have another person there. But it's not the same thing as going out and interacting with the world and your environment and all that. So I just wanted to express this to you guys, because sometimes with this one I feel really alone, because it's like I isolate myself to the point sometimes where I haven't spoken to people in a while and I feel like a terrible person, but at the same time it's like something that I crave to do. And I think part of it has to do with depression and not feeling good enough and not feeling like you have something to bring to the table. That might sound very sad, but it's true, that you feel like you don't want to see somebody because you have nothing to bring to the conversation. You're not good enough. Nothing in your life is good enough to share. Like, that's really when you have that whole despair about you when you're going through a depressive episode. That's something I deal with a lot. And of course, there's the anxiety of getting out of the house. So it's so easy to go, well, I don't need to do this thing today, so I'll push it off, which I did with my passport, by the way, guys. I was gonna do it on like Monday, and now I'm going on Thursday, so, well, there you go. That happens, but point is, it's very easy to kind of go, oh, I'll just do this another time, and then you just make yourself more avoidant, more anxious, and it's not a healthy cycle. So I want to know if you guys could relate to this topic at all. If you can, please leave it in the comments below, and I will see you precious gems again soon. Bye, everyone.